Once I was walking in the forest, not thinking about anything serious, and suddenly, in one corner I saw a strange place. I took my first step into this strange place, and then I realized that I had become weightless. I rose up into the air and became very frightened, but suddenly I stopped in midair and no longer fell. My fear immediately passed and I tried to move. I suddenly began to fly like the wind in the direction I was walking. This is how islands in the sky stay in place and don't fall. There is no gravity. Everything can rise here. That's what I thought to myself, looking at the islands and almost forgetting again that I had to find something. I felt like a fish in water, then I floated in the air and started looking for others. But I found nothing in that boundless space. And then I thought that I should explore the islands. I flew to one island and began to look around everywhere, and even my back grew cold from the sight I saw. I saw a crowd of people walking around with sad faces. I wonder why they are sad. What the hell happened? I thought in surprise, started approaching them. I spoke to one of them and he started talking, and from him I learned that the world is not ours. It exists next to us. We just need to find the gate, just the gate to another space, a parallel universe. And most often these gates are invisible to the naked eye, and people end up here by accident while traveling somewhere. Rarely does anyone return once they step through them. People call these places the Bermuda Triangle, where people who walk through them disappear without a trace. I thanked him for his help, this sincere man, and rushed to another island to find my friend's wife. No matter how much I searched, the island's floating in the air. I couldn't find her anywhere, only crowds of strangers. And then I decided that I would no longer search for anything. I decided to return to my old place, to the place where I arrived in this strange world, so that I could return to my beloved land. As I said, so I did. I found the place I mentioned and breathed a sigh of relief. I'll finally return to the world. And I entered the cave through which I had come here. I stepped forward boldly, but I bumped into the wall. Well, I'm stuck here. How will I get out now? I said anxiously. Well, I'll try anyway. And I climbed out of the cave. I started wandering through the forest again. I wasted the whole day. I won't be able to go back. Disappointed, I thought, and sat down on a rock. And suddenly I heard a strange sound from the right, and I started walking in that direction where I heard the sound. The sound became clearer. I recognized the cry. It was my friend's voice where I was looking for him. He was calling me, but he himself did not appear. Finally, I reached a bush, much larger than the others. I heard even more clearly my friend's voice from the other side. I immediately understood that these were the gates back, through which I would be able to return to my native world.